Well, hello there, boys and girls. Grab your snacks, get cozy, and pull those fuzzy blankets tight. Because tonight's bedtime tale isn't about frogs, fairies, or dream weddings. No dragons, no fairy godmothers, and definitely no glass slippers. This story is about something far juicier than fantasy. It's about money. Real money. Dirty money dressed up in clean pajamas. Think of it as bedtime magic for the future bosses in the room, the ones who dream in bank deposits, not lullabies. Tonight we're answering a question no storybook dares to touch. How do people get filthy rich without leaving a single trace? Buckle in. What we're diving into isn't fantasy, it's strategy, wrapped in a legal bow and tied off with a receipt. Period. Tonight's tale is all about cleaning money. Yes, you heard me right. Money laundering told like a bedtime story. So fluff those pillows and guard your piggy banks, because this one's got fake authors, phantom royalties, and a masterclass in flipping dirty cash into squeaky clean deposits. Without breaking a sweat or a single law. Forget unicorns and magic wands. We're visiting the shadow side of publishing, where books aren't written to be read. They're written to rinse. Back in the old days, books were sacred. They educated. They inspired. They sparked revolutions. A book could topple kings or change the world. But today, some books aren't tools of wisdom. They're laundry baskets. Criminals are stuffing them full of dirty money and sending them through a rinse cycle disguised as literature. Sounds wild, right? Like, what does a 20-page ebook have to do with crime? Oh, let me tell you. In today's digital world, a book isn't always made to be read. It's made to be spun, rinsed, and cashed out. Enter Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing KDP for short, and 1,000 other self-publishing platforms. For honest writers, they're a dream come true. For scammers, they're paradise. Here's the game. You don't need talent. You even need to know where commas go. You've slapped together 15 pages of AI nonsense or a Wikipedia remix. You throw a random cover on it, upload, and hit publish. Price whatever you like. $1, $99, $4, $99, $9, $99, $99. If you're feeling bold, no editor, no rules, no gatekeepers, the book goes live. Now, here's the twist. The customers who buy it are fake. The scammer is buying their own book using dirty money. Picture it. Stacks of drug money, bribes, stolen funds. Instead of shoving it into a briefcase, the crook uses it to buy their own book. Every shady purchase looks like a totally legit sale. Amazon takes their little cut, and the rest comes back as clean royalties. On the surface, it looks like just another author selling books. Behind the scenes, it's a high-speed rinse cycle. No detergent needed. Some scammers don't even bother writing at all. Steal real authors' names, photos, bios, everything. They forge reviews, hijack identities, and upload fake books under someone else's brand. The real author only finds out when angry emails or random royalty checks start rolling in. But by then, the scammer is long gone. The money is scrubbed, the fake books are still live, and nobody is pointing fingers. Now you might be thinking, this is just petty hustling, right? A couple crooks making side money online? Wrong. Think bigger. Politics has entered the chat. Campaigns, PACs, even sitting officials have run the same play without ever touching a dollar of dirt. And yes, it's as slimy as it sounds, but legally, squeaky clean. Here's how it works. A politician drops a boring, forgettable book. The content doesn't matter. It could be blank pages for all anyone cares. What matters is the bulk buy. Their campaign or a friendly organization swoops in and buys thousands of copies. Not for readers, not for bookstores, just to pump royalties back into the politician's pocket and keep money circulating in the circle. It's not called a donation. It's called a purchase. It's perfectly legal, morally bankrupt. Textbook laundering in hardcover form. Let's bring in a real-world bedtime villain, former Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pooh. She self-published a children's book series called Healthy Holly. Cute name, right? She managed to sell hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of copies to hospitals and school boards, organizations funded by taxpayer money. But here's the trick. Most of those books were never handed out. They sat in boxes, forgotten. because the words didn't matter. The transaction did. That was the con. Call it money laundering. Call it wire fraud. Call it a slick PR hustle. However you label it, the truth is simple. On paper, it looked perfectly legal. Just a mayor selling her little books. Behind the curtain, a payoff pipeline dressed up as publishing. Because when you know the system inside and out, you don't have to break laws. You bend them until they snap silently. No more shady briefcases of cash. No need for offshore accounts in mysterious islands. Today, if you want to send someone a giant sum without making headlines, you don't wire them. You don't cut a check. Buy their book. 3,000 copies of a $300 ebook. Boom. The money's clean. Everyone wins. And it all looks like a book launch, not a bribe, just a bestseller. Amazon swears it has safeguards, security checks, review systems. But here's the problem. They're looking for typos, not motives. Their job is to move units, not sniff out crime. They'll catch a misplaced comma, but not $1 million rinse cycle. Their bots will red flag a misspelled title, but they won't ask why a 12-page coloring book is priced higher than a tropical vacation. That's the perfect blind spot. Glowing 5-star raves, AI-generated, bot-posted from server farms. These books aren't made to be read, they're camouflage. The real story is in the sales. To be fair, not every overpriced book is part of a crime syndicate. Sometimes niche titles take off. Sometimes a memoir rides the wave of a movement. But when you see a book with no buzz, no press, no readers, selling for $799, stop and think. Who's buying this? And more importantly, what are they really paying for? Because here's the truth. Laundering doesn't wear ski masks anymore. It wears fake 5-star ratings. It hides an add to cart. It poses as a bestseller list darling. It blends into the language of hustle, entrepreneurship, and ambition. And while regular folks are busy scrolling TikTok, working overtime, or falling asleep, others are quietly flipping fortunes behind the innocent covers of cookbooks and coloring books. It's slick, it's silent, and it works. That's the part most people don't get. These scams look exactly like success. They look like a business launch, look like an inspirational story about an author who made it. But underneath, it's smoke and mirrors, a spotless paper trail covering a dirty hustle. And just when you think the plot couldn't twist any harder, some creator drops a video like this and jokes, "Hey, I'm releasing my own $999 book tomorrow." Relax, I'm joking. Probably though, let's be honest. Wouldn't want to launder a fortune through a glitter-covered coloring book called Wash and Draw. Kidding? Or am I? The moral of the story, if you stuck around this long, congratulations. You now know more than half the people funneling cash through poetry anthologies and alphabet books. You can spot the bedtime scams for what they are. So here's your takeaway. Next time you see a random overpriced book with no audience, don't assume it's literature. Assume it's leverage. Because sometimes, behind the pretty cover and fake 5-star reviews, it's not a bedtime story. It's a business model. And with that, dear listeners, we close our shady little storybook. Hit that like button, subscribe for more twisted bedtime tales. And remember, if their nostrils are wider than their whole nose run, don't trust. Them good night, and sweet shady dreams.